Hey guys, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. So today I wanted to discuss what it actually means to be like the owner or the boss of a business. You know that if you have a business or you're trying to start something and you have like CEO in your bio, man, it's sunny. If you have like CEO in your bio or all that junk, don't do that. That's just cringy. Like, you probably have a couple hundred followers and whatever, and you probably got a few sales, and you're not anywhere like near that level to even call yourself a CEO. And even me making these videos, part of me doesn't like it because I don't want to feel like I'm portraying that image, you know, like I'm somewhere in life, because I'm not. It's just to help you guys. But yeah, don't put that in your bio, all that crap, all these titles that you think you are, because you're not. Like if you're like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, like obviously like you're a CEO. But anyways, the point of this video is, when you're in those positions, when you like own a business or you have customers, the business, it's not about you, you know? And you might think it is right now, or you might think that's the point of it, but it's really not. The point of a business is for you to serve others. Your main objective is to serve the customer, the end consumer, right? It's not about what you get, it's about what you give. And especially when you are starting or growing a business or a brand, that's all you should expect to do for like the first 3, 4, 5, 6 years, is you just give, and don't expect anything in return, you know? Like, one of the methods one of the easy, cheap, and free methods I use for finding new customers and people to engage in the community is I just go on people's accounts and just drop them a comment, just a compliment. And it's not a bot, it's actually me doing the work. Like, I could hire someone to do it too, but I'm on there actually commenting, like just giving someone a genuine compliment, right? And I probably do that hundreds, thousands of times throughout the week. I also use other methods too, but that's one of the methods I use. And I don't expect anyone to reciprocate that back. Like, I'm giving them free value, like, because it feels good, right? If you are, you know, doing a cool skateboard trick, or if you're making cool music and beats, and someone notices that and says, hey, good job, you know, keep that up. That's really cool. You know, like, you're just giving them a compliment, a genuine compliment, not a stupid bot. Like, that's giving them value and free affirmation, you know? And I'm not expecting something back from that, but the point of that is that you're supposed to be giving of yourself to your customers and to the community that you're trying to build, right? And not expecting anything in return. And some people have that misconception where they are like, oh, I'm going to be a boss and everything's going to be handed to me and I'm just going to get everything. But that's not how it works. And if you have that mindset, you will ultimately fail, because your ship that you're on it's just gonna crash and burn, you know? You can't sustain a business model like that where it's completely selfish and that's all you're thinking about is yourself. And it's just a lousy way of thought anyways. Like, you should wake up every day and you should just be like, wow, I really want to help people and I want to just make cool stuff, right? Like, to wake up and to go out and make cool stuff that people enjoy, like, that's super rewarding. And another thing is, like, for instance, I have like a Pinterest and this YouTube channel and the Instagram, all that. I post a lot of like just inspirational content, like cool photos and designs that other people made. And the purpose of that is it inspires me every day when I look at that stuff to make ideas, but I want other people to be inspired by consuming, you know, cool content. And when I can, and there's like an artist that does something, you know, I try to find them to tag them in the photo, you know, to give them credit. because that stuff is cool and inspires people, and it's just giving the consumer, the person, it's giving them more value and more free value, you know, because it actually takes quite a bit of work to find all that stuff on the internet, like really cool obscure photos and stuff. You'd be surprised how long it takes to do all that, and that's all for free, you know, because there's a majority of people, you know, on the page, they're not well, not a majority, but like a big chunk aren't necessarily a customer, but they're part of the community, and that's totally fine, because that is needed as well, and I'll make a whole video about that later. But yeah, and you know, as you develop your company and maybe you get some employees, you know, I really hope that, I know I will, you know, in the next couple of years have an employee or two to help with operations. But when you're a boss, it's not like when you have employees, right? You're supposed to be the servant leader. You're supposed to be on the shop floor with those people, helping them. Like, one of the things that I admire about bosses like that is that they are there to help you in your job so you work better and easier. Like bosses that don't help their employees like that, I honestly don't understand that, because when the employee is working better, more effectively, and the work is easier for them, they're gonna stay longer, so turnaround is not as much. They're gonna work better, which is good for them, obviously. Working easier is good for you, right? If you're getting the same or more amount of work done. And ultimately, all that leads back to is the boss earning more money, which is obviously a plus, right? There's no such thing as like a boss that goes into a business not to make money, because you need money to survive, to feed yourself and your family, and to grow a business, right? Part of starting a business is obviously to make some money. Like, you want there to be more profits, right? And you can't sustain a business without profits, and anyone that tells you that is lying, you know. But yeah, that's kind of the point of this video, is as you grow in your business, as you grow as a person, and as you become a boss, you know, CEO, that's all you should expect of yourself, and that's all that you should do is to be a servant leader, and to always give, and not expect getting stuff, you know. You're trying to bring, like, in conclusion, you're trying to bring value to the end consumer. The consumer also, I'm going off on a tangent a little bit here, they're not always right, but when there's a complaint or something going wrong, and it's like a genuine complaint, you as the boss and as the head of the company, you can't brush that off and ignore that, right? One of the things that, so when I started the brand, I noticed a lot of other brands that were similar in size or much bigger, and they had just terrible customer service. They would never, like, if a customer had a question, like, they're trying to freaking buy your product, and no one is there to help them. Like, that's insane to me. Like, oh, maybe like the staff is booked, or we don't have enough staff to help. Okay, then stay up an hour later and help that person, or those 5 people, 10 people that need that help. Why are you throwing those customers away? You know what I mean? Like, every single boss can push themselves a little bit more when it's needed, right? Oh, sorry, you can't have 10 hours of sleep tonight. You have to have 9 because you have to help a customer. You know what I mean? Like, it's those little things that I think it's ridiculous how companies do that, you know? And like, I saw, like, in the clothing industry, a lot of people would buy an order and it would just never ship. And that's first of all, that's fraudulent and illegal. You can't sell a product and not deliver to the customer. And I would see that often, like, and companies would not respond. They wouldn't give a crap about that. Like, someone's missing a package, something's not coming through, and they would even have a customer like hotline or page, and they would still not respond to those customers that had problems. And I just think that's absurd, like how there's people like, you know, close to the proximity of, you know, how big my page is, or if it's bigger, or even if it's smaller. Like there's brands that are like half the size of mine, and they treat their customers like crap. Like I don't understand that at all. I know I'm kind of going on a rant here, but I think that's ridiculous. And you know, the customer, there's that phrase, the customer is always right, but I mean that's not completely true, because 99 customers will be normal, you know, they'll be genuine, nice people, and then you will have that one customer that's just super arrogant, that nothing you do will please them, you know. It's not even worth keeping those people, because like I want to keep 99 people and get rid of one that's just causing problems for me and everyone else, right? You can't help that kind of customer, and they're not the kind of person that will have return business with you anyways. So the customer isn't necessarily always right, but they usually are, you know. Like when they have a problem, help them, you know. When they have a genuine concern, help them. But if there is that one pesky person that you know is they're just trying to start a commotion with you, you know, for any reason, just get rid of them. Like there's no other way. Try to help them out if you can, but they gotta go. You know, you can't do anything about that one customer, right? No matter how good of a servant leader you are, no matter how much value you add, that's just what happens. But in general, you know, it's terrible how some brands, they don't care, you know. And that's definitely going to be one of the pillars of my brand. Is I want the quality to be there, obviously, as best as possible. You know, the designs, I want them to be unique and cool. And then the last thing is the shipping and customer service. That has to be fast and has to be good. And I try my best to, you know, answer questions or help you as I can, if they're genuine questions. If you're trying to bug me about something, I just don't have time, you know. So this is kind of a long video, but it has a lot of good advice in it that I've learned for myself and that I've been trying to implement. And I really hope that as you start your brand, you take that advice and implement it yourself and realize how important it is to do that. Not to be some boss, or, you know, someone that's all you care about is what you get, and you don't even think about what you're giving. Your priority should always be giving. You should go to bed exhausted, like from the amount of value and giving that you're doing every day. And if you're not going to bed exhausted from serving and creating value every single day, you're not really living your life that fully. You're not getting out the most in life, right? So hope that video helps you guys. Let me know what you think about it on the comments below. If you dislike it, let me know why, and subscribe to the channel. See you later, guys.